All right, hello and welcome to Dispatch from Silence 7, Sacred Witness. Life has a tendency to involve my own experience in these projects in a way that is starting to become very extraordinary. So after yesterday, I've started to feel that there is a new layer of personality that is kind of establishing itself inside of me. And all through yesterday and last night, I woke up many times, and all through today, and especially this morning, I had some really, really, really big shifts. And I realized that I have never, ever experienced this level of freedom inside. I went for a bike ride this morning outside of the Muban, and it was a very, very particular sensation. I could really, it was a very deep sense of freedom. But then as the day went along, there's this nagging feeling, and it's that now it's almost 4 p.m. and Lucky is not back yet. So I have the Lucky is our cat, and we are very, very close. And especially now after the last 2 years, and especially since we moved here and Simba started traveling so much, we are always together. And I've been paying close attention to that. And now when she's gone, there's something that is triggering me that has something to do with the abandonment that I've been going through and the separation. And there's a level of grief that is triggered. And this is a perfect example of everything else that I've been explaining the previous days, with the mental game and the emotions and the truth and how the mind kind of, so God creates us. I have something that needs to be processed. So there's a layer of grief that is still unprocessed. And then God or life presents a situation where this is triggered. So, and then the mind kind of creates a situation, a scenario, worst case scenario. So the mind starts to go to a doomsday scenario. And I mean, it's not the first time a cat is gone for a day or two. I mean, she's done that always. All cats do that. And she also expands when I expand. So the fact that I've been expanding so much these 24 hours, also, and she's been expanding exactly in exact harmony with us for the last, especially the last year. So I'm not surprised that she's venturing out and feeling the freedom, the same freedom that I was feeling this morning. So there's no real threat, but yet the mind creates a worst case scenario. So since this morning, I've been thrown into these expansions and contractions. So and I'm being thrown between this freedom feeling, this and every time after the body goes into the contraction with the worst case scenario, and I need to really breathe through that and not allow the mind to spin. So then I'm thrown into the emotion from the past that the mind connects with the worst case scenario. So I'm being massaged in and out of this unprocessed, and the body is or the mind is creating the scenario. But what's really happening is that it's just a situation that is like fabricated or designed to allow that process to happen. So that's when I go in and sit in sacred witness. So whenever anything gets overwhelming, or I realize, okay, I'm being thrown back here, and I realize, okay, the mind is creating a story that has nothing to do with it, and the outcome will be the outcome with her. I trust that, you know, when it's her time to go, it's her time to go, like for the rest of us. But I'm looking at, okay, can I use this situation to my benefit? Yes, I go into sacred witness, so I'm not surprised that this is happening at all during these days. So there's been a lot of synchronicities, a lot of stuff happening. So whatever the outcome is, I don't know anything yet, so I can't. I avoid going there, but I allow the feeling to come up. And if my mind starts to do something and project on something, I realize that is just the mind. There's a part of me that doesn't believe that. So if I go into worst case scenario, I'm not creating that. I'm not projecting that outcome. It's just the mind that is doing something, and I know that I'm not involved with that. So sitting in sacred witness is that being pulled in different directions with different levels of complexity, and allowing the body to release. So we use the external situation to be able to release the past, because the nervous system will always recreate a trauma loop in order to release the energy that is trapped inside, that we couldn't dispatch when the situation happened. That's why it's still there. So then now when we break that cycle, we allow the body to release the energy through, in my case, there's been a lot of grief, and so a lot of sadness. So there's been a lot of these unexpected like bursts, and I can really, really feel that I'm releasing it from deeper layers of my abdomen. And that is what's helping me to create this enormous amount of freedom that I'm starting to feel in my body. So it's the contrast. And for you who've been following me since the 108 days, we know about the contrast and the fact that the best thing in life can happen at the same time. It's not either or, it's and I allow my body to go through the experience of her being gone in order to release the energy that wants to be released. So I could either look at this as something awful, or I could look at this as something very beneficial. And I could look at them at the same time as both, because I'm being thrown in these two directions. And so squeezing the nervous system like this, that going from this wonderful freedom into this deep contraction with the sadness and fear and all of this despair that we go through when someone is gone. So if we remove the situation and the narrative and the story and the possible outcomes, and only look at what happens in the body. So I'm sitting in sacred witness today, watching the body go through these states. And as the day goes by, I'm noticing that my whole experience, my whole being is being expanded, because there's this, when this is happening, back and forth. Something elastic is stretched. So I can really feel how this has another layer of impact. So what happens now is that my vision, or my ability to see more possibilities in aspects where I previously have felt very constricted. Now, because this has been going on in the nervous system, it has opened up other pathways. It's like I have expanded my overall capacity somehow in the process. No matter the outcome, what's going to happen with what's been going on in the nervous system, that has nothing to do with it. Beyond that, there is a capacity that has expanded. And the fact that I no longer feel constricted in areas that has not been affected at all in this situation. So situations where I have previously felt a constricted energy around on a crown level, I've felt like I've been unable to make moves. And now, because of this situation, I no longer feel trapped. And I feel very safe moving forward with a lot of different decisions that has nothing to do with the fact that Lucky is missing for 12 hours. Or not even missing, she's out, sleeping somewhere or whatever. It's very, very interesting. I keep saying that during this journey. And the silence is very, very potent. And the fact, sitting in sacred witness like this, just watching what's happening in their body, it's phenomenal. I'm enormously grateful for this situation. And if Lucky doesn't come back, that would be absolutely heartbreaking. But then I know what I have been able to give her lately, and who I have been able to be for her during that time. So I feel if it's her time, it's her time, and I just have to accept that. But there are many synchronicities, either or. There's many synchronicities. So I can feel that it's a magical threshold somehow, and that this whole situation plays part in it, that she's away at the same time where everyone else is away. So also that I am completely alone. So if she doesn't come back tonight, then I'm completely alone. So it's like there's a layer of the abandonment that I've been working through. Yeah, so now I start coughing. So it's the layer of grief that's moving in the lungs. And then the body is I allow the body to go there and feel it and experience it. And then almost instantly after, there's a new shift of my real experience, because all of this that we are going through is still a little bit of aftermath of other situations that is kind of panning out. So everything is becoming more and more stable. It's just a matter of time. Like, what does it look like at the end? And that is still open. And the teachings around manifestations is the more comfortable you can be in the edge of creation, because then you're really co-creating with God, universe, spirit, because we are not interfering with the outcome. So I'm trying to not interfere with the outcome and just observe and not have a desire, even though I do have a desire. I try to not apply it on the reality like that, and just see like, okay, what is available for me here? If I don't determine an outcome, what happens? What is it that it's like, it's almost like, and together with the fact that we're doing these silent quests, and I work so much with the eyes to activate the internal seeing, it's like the fact that I'm doing these sessions alongside with these situations when that happens, and what is happening through my body, is it's like there's a level of seeing or clarity almost that is kind of falling into place. So it's almost like I could only see a certain timeline moving forward, and because of this there's multiple timelines available for me now. I'm like, oh, okay, so there's so many things that can happen from here, where I, you know, if this situation wouldn't have happened, I would still have been a little bit shaded in the way that I look at things. So even though it's awful that she's gone, how can I not be grateful for this situation? It's impossible, which makes the whole experience a bit bizarre. And that cracks something in the belief system when it's like you're holding two paradoxes at the same time. That's why. Yeah. So really, it's like I have two paradoxes like this, like this, and that there happens something in the whole system, and then there's something that, yeah, there was a thing that was closed before, and now it's more, I can do what I want from here, instead of feeling a bit caged still by different situations. It's so interesting how it works. And it's so interesting how this topic just arrives, and I just sit and wait. I've been feeling all of this, and just waiting for the right topic and the right thing to and just looking at the time, okay, now it's 2. Okay, no, nothing, the body is not moving yet. And then all of a sudden, something, and then boom, 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 and then the body just gets up, does the thumbnail, title, gets down, and presents a transmission that I had no clue what it's going to be about. So yeah, if you enjoy this type of quests and journeys and real-time philosophing, life philosophing, and processing, please like and subscribe. And yeah, I still have some time slots in my calendar for one-on-one sessions. All of the links are below, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Ciao, ciao.